Rolling. Alright, hurry up and get over here.
Yeah, move it.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Nerdbuzzed.
Nerdbuzzed doesn't condone the consumption of alcohol by any persons under the age of 21. Please drink responsibly.
So many jobs. Welcome to Nerdbuzzed, the podcast where we talk about all the nerdy stuff that we care about and drink a cool frosty brew while we're doing it. I'm your host, Marcus Ellinger, and with me as always,
Jeremiah Johnson.
and back from the corner,
Jack Hughes.
intern Jack. It's always intern first.
Intern God King Jack Hughes.
Okay. As long as it's intern
scream.
first, it can be whatever you want.
Yep.
So,
So he's not a god
So
or
many
a king.
papers over here.
no.
He's just interning.
He's intern.
You be
He's
quiet,
interning
Ethan.
for all of those things.
It's in my title.
Yes.
I have like a really long title of like all the royal words I could find. So
So the beer
Yeah.
is...
Yeah, so before we digress, which is really going to be the point of this whole episode, if you want to know what beer we're drinking, you want to give it a shout out real quick.
Oh, we're drinking Bale Breakers Top Cutter IPA.
Yeah, if you want,
6.8% Yakima Valley.
and if you want to know the scores or how we feel about it, you should watch our previous episode, which is the Futurama review episode
Yep.
with Emily, who's awesome to have on the show. Totally one of my favorite people in the world. Check it out. We're gonna call that one.
Pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, right. She's gonna hear this now, and then we're never gonna hear the end of it.
No, I know.
Too late. We're gonna call that one episode 96.
96.
I don't even.
All right, this is gonna be episode 96.5 bonus.
What? Oh.
Bonus episode.
Ooh.
Yeah, like a
More beer.
like a director's cut of a movie or something.
So they're drinking
Shaq is back, though.
Bale Breakers. I'm drinking Ball Breakers. That's right.
Yep, Jack's
Balls.
got his balls again.
It's
Let's
the
put it
root
in his
beer.
mouth.
How many did you bring, Jack?
2.
Oh,
Two.
how many did you bring, Jeremiah?
2 6-packs.
2.
2 6-packs? Wow, you're packing today. I just brought 2.
Last time I had the
I thought you were talking about what we're drinking. Balls, yeah. 2.
guarana flavor, and I think
That's
I don't
also
know.
guarana if you read the label.
I know. I mean, but like it was just the guarana.
No, it was ginger.
Oh, whoops. Yeah. Same thing.
Wow.
I was
No, it's
testing
not.
him,
It's far
Um,
from the same thing.
and it was it tasted a lot like an energy drink.
Does this one taste like
All
it?
of your
Can you
ball
taste it?
wolves.
I haven't tasted it yet.
Oh, okay,
I'm gonna,
good.
I'm gonna
Nice.
sniff it.
Good kid.
This
good
is all
kid.
about me.
Is this root beer?
Oh yeah. Oh my.
Say, all of your balls have
It smells
guarana.
very it
guarana.
smells
I
toothpaste.
think they make a cream for that.
They probably do.
Our beer smells much like the last episode.
We smell like much like the
It
last episode,
smells like
Yes,
Someone
yes,
put,
that sums
um,
up exactly
which
how
is
it
just like this beer.
almost smells a little garlicky.
What?
What?
Yeah.
That sounds
I'm
offensive
getting, like,
on
I got
your olfactories.
Toothpaste and garlic. Like what? Just the hint of it.
Is he crazy?
No, I'm just getting the toothpaste.
I just something about it. It reminds me of garlic at least.
A little. I totally understand the toothpaste thing. I
Yeah.
hate you for agreeing with you, but it's very root beery. It very much smells like root. It actually smells like it might be pretty good.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Let's cheers and
Yeah.
taste
Smells pretty sweet.
to all the nerds.
Through all the fuzz.
Bottoms up.
Let's
get
nerd
nerd
buzz.
buzzed.
That was
Too
sad.
late. Too late. Already nerd buzzed.
Wow.
Ugh.
Tastes just as good as it did before.
No. What? There goes. There
Holly
goes
also
executive
disagrees.
producer.
She agrees by disagreeing with you.
What?
That was a great face. I hope I never see it
It's
again.
like watered down root beer. That's
Is it weird?
It's bad.
Now I want to
It's
taste
in a
it.
beer.
No. Okay. It's good if just. It just tastes.
Is it like
watered
root
down.
beer tea?
Yeah.
Whenever somebody's like, it's like watered down, I'm like, you mean like tea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll.
What does tea taste like? Flavored water. That's what it tastes like.
I'll just
Not very good.
drink the pain away.
Well, if you put some cream and like 5 cups of sugar in there, yeah, then it tastes like sweet, creamy flavored water.
Drinking is
So,
bringing me pain.
Last episode, we totally talked it up about Futurama with Emily, like we said. That's your last shout out, Emily, okay? And it was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome. She'll be back again. I always love having a lady in the nerd room. Now we substitute her with Jack. Almost as awesome, not quite. So
One day.
yeah, someday. We're gonna keep playing our nerd play, which is Metal Gear Solid 5.
I haven't
Have
even
you played
started that.
any of it, Jack?
No.
Have you vanquished the download monster?
I don't know.
Love
Okay,
it.
so
that was totally a Marcus what. I love
here's
it.
the thing. Is maybe throughout the last few episodes, my fans have been catching that I've been trying to platinum Mad Max.
Which is weird because you were so anti-Mad Max. I tried to sell you on it.
I was anti Mad Max, and I'm like, you know what? I really like this game, and now I hate it more than ever. Oh my god, it is. There are good things about the game. Don't get me wrong. There are definitely good.
How much
things.
did you pay for the game?
I don't know.
I paid $9
My
for it.
dad might have bought it. I don't know. Point is I'm going to delete this game, and
Wow.
I
What?
will never download it on my PS4 again. I have been staying up till like 5 in the morning,
Oh, so
That's
it's not a
true.
bad
grinding through this terrible game. I'm so excited to play
I
Metal Gear
love that
Solid.
you're just like, whatever. I'm
Anything.
gonna play Words. Jack's
Anything
talking.
that
I'm gonna
isn't
play Words
Mad
with
Max.
Friends.
thing.
I would almost. No, okay. I was gonna say I'd put it as low as the worst game I've ever played. Splatterhouse. The one on
What?
the
The worst
PS3.
game we ever played was Nom Nom Galaxy. We gave it a score of,
3, I think.
You know,
I think we gave it a 2.
when
Did we?
I
It was
Because it
bad.
broke.
when
it
I
broke
saw
on us like
the
4 times.
trailer
It
for
was
the
bad.
game, I was so excited for it. Like because it was made by the guys the Pixel Junk guys, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Pixel Junk, they
It's
always
broken.
make good games, but I
It
couldn't get
black
into
screens, bricks itself all the time. It
Oh,
did it
that's
to me like 3
awesome.
times. The only reason I gave it a 2 instead of a 1 was because you could do that weird rope buzzsaw thing and cut things.
Oh,
it. Mad
Like, that
Max
was
is
kinda cool.
glitchy.
Yeah.
Sometimes the frame rate dips extremely low, and sometimes sounds just won't work. And sometimes it'll be like storm approaching, seek shelter, and you'll hear the storm, but it just won't. And I constantly check. I'm like, is my game updated all the way? It is.
But how many?
They released the game and patched it, and it's still
But how many hours have you put into it now?
enough.
How many is enough? Like 30?
Oh my god!
More
I don't
than
even
that?
know. I don't even know.
When did you start playing it? When you quit at 5 in the morning? Like 10 at night? That's 7 hours.
Earlier, way earlier.
So you've put in well over 20 hours into
I
this
don't.
game.
I don't think you can track it on the PS4 itself. Maybe like if I go
Make
to the
a
pro-
guess, goddammit.
Fine, 30 hours.
Okay.
Jeez.
That's a lot.
So bad. Oh,
Like
God.
there's several games where you could have beat the game in 30 hours.
Yeah.
Platinumed it in your realm
All I
of
want to
beat
do
it.
is just play Metal Gear Solid or Wolfenstein.
Play Metal Gear Solid. It's
yeah.
amazing.
I'm gonna get Ground Zeroes too. I'm gonna beat Ground Zeroes because I.
You
like
could
you have
beat
to.
Ground Zeroes. I'm pretty sure you can like literally beat Ground Zeroes in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If you want. Like it's one mission.
All
It's
you
one
do is just
mission
go
that's
in
the
there now?
prequel. You can race in, beat it real quick, and get out. I'm pretty sure that I've done it in like 10 minutes. But then there's all these different scenarios to
Yeah.
now attack that same mission, which is what made it super cool. And
It's
it's
the replayability.
yeah, and then you dive into the game, which picks up with the aftermath of what happened in
Yeah.
Ground
So
Zero.
I want to play Ground Zeroes first, but I
Don't
will
dwell on ground because you're so platinum obsessed. I really
No,
want
well,
to
I'm not-
emphasize:
I'm not
don't
gonna
dwell on
platinum-
it.
Yeah. No. I want to get into MGS5.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
it's
and
awesome.
a tip for everybody out there because
There's your
I
tip.
don't want to dive into too much stuff about it that I've like recently reappreciated, right? Because it is one of my all-time favorite games. But something that I've never done while actually playing the game, which shame on me, that I'm implementing this run through, is listen to the music tape cassette while you're playing.
I haven't done that yet, but I need to.
It's a lot of fun. I've listened. You unlock songs as you discover them in the game, and they go onto a certain tape cassette. You can play it in your Walkman. This is all amazing, by the way, and you can listen to it in the helicopter, which is what I've done while I'm cycling through menus. I
And
never.
we all know what a Walkman is, right?
Yeah.
right. Yeah, we
Okay.
should know what that is.
When you
It's
see
made by
a person
Sony.
walking down the street,
Yeah, and you go, "Hey, man."
Yeah.
But I always listen to it in the helicopter while I'm like for the pregame, setting
Yeah.
up the missions. You
Same
can
here.
just turn that on and play missions and listen to the first one is the Gloria song. Gloria, Gloria, as you're just like sniping people and take it's awesome. So just do it. It's like this sweet 80s music track. You have to try it.
Nice. So, I just recently completed the first mission again
Oh my god.
after doing like the whole prequel and
The
all
brutal tutorial.
that. Yes.
Yeah.
But I did that. So you know that first town you come to?
I don't remember it specifically.
The one with it's got the ditch and then the little room and then the truck pulls up and pulls out and the two people get out of it. And
I don't remember it. That happens in so many other places in the game. There's so many other ditches and trucks with 2 people in them.
it's the one with actual water in it.
I can't remember.
Anyway, so you come into this little town. It's got the one bunkhouse, like command center house thing, and stuff in it. I went through the whole thing, didn't fire a single shot, and stealth killed everybody. It was pretty freaking awesome.
fired.
Nice.
Just sneak up behind.
Did you get an S rating?
No,
'Cause
I
it
only
took
got a
too long.
freaking B.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah, I've
But
been,
I picked up every body and deposited them in a dumpster.
I've been
Nice.
watching a lot in the game, and it seems that like time is a really big factor.
It's
and I
the
don't.
factor.
It
I
is.
don't think-
That's the only thing that determines your
really?
rating. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of dumb.
Well,
You-
that's not true. You can still fail a mission and not get anything, right? Like you
yeah,
have to do the
but
core
if,
objective.
if you run in, get seen 5 times, blast everybody away with non-stealth takedowns, and run back out, S rating instantly.
Yeah, because it's about doing it quickly.
I don't know
We're
how I feel
taking
about
that root beer to Pound Town, by the way.
I don't know. It's
Slow
I
your
can't
roll,
stop
okay?
drinking it, but it's so disgusting.
Still likes
Oh
a
my
whole
God.
lot of head with his balls.
He's like a
Yeah.
raccoon.
You know,
He's
it probably tastes like actual balls. I want to know what that tastes like. Maybe Marcus does, but I would imagine that balls taste much like this.
solely go to you for all of my ball taste references. It's like, what do you think, Jack?
Wow, that was too quick of a reaction.
So anyway, played Metal Gear Solid 5. It was our game of the year for 2015.
For our first...
And it was our very first
Wow.
podcast game that we totally talked about and reviewed, and it completely holds up. It's so still
Does.
relevant, kind of like Futurama from the last episode.
Yeah.
Bringing it
Whoa.
full circle. Check out Futurama's episode.
Oh, my stomach
But
hurts
also,
now.
while you're checking out stuff, yeah, slow your roll there, dude. He's gonna come away from this episode with diabetes or something. Sorry to diabetes. So before we get rolling too much into this episode, once again, please like, share, and subscribe. It means a big deal to us. Shrink the screen, because I'm sure you're absorbing our faces in their full screen glory. Shrink it down, hit subscribe, mash it, pound it. It means the world to us.
Brutalize it.
Do it. Just so it doesn't work for anybody else anymore.
Hide
But
it
make
in the
sure
dumpster.
it works once
No
for
one
us.
will find out.
Yeah.
It's our little secret.
Yeah. And also, if you're thinking, hey, what are those cool Nerdbuzz gear that they're wearing? I would like to get a t-shirt. Go to patreon.com/nerdbuzz. For $35
Doesn't work.
or more, I'd like to emphasize or more,
wait.
you can get yourself a Nerdbuzz
Oh.
t-shirt and
Don't show
support
me that
us
flash.
and keep getting awesome Nerdbuzz gear and other content from us. I want to give it to you. Also, you can go to nerdbuzz.com where you can watch any episode of Nerdbuzz or listen to it for 100% free as opposed to...
Any other percentage of free.
Thank you.
There I am. The
Also go there, yeah. Also go there
Wind
to
up
see our
monkey
full
again.
beer list and see which is our favorites, our least favorites, and not now, but soon to be on there, Jack's root beer list. We'll
Yeah.
put it underneath our beer list.
We'll figure it out.
I would say on top,
I'm not
'cause
gonna
I
say it's
am
root beer
the
list because he's
Superior
got
human.
different stuff in there too. He said cream
Okay.
sodas. and he said-
Non-alcoholic list.
We got to figure out something.
Jack's
than that.
AA list.
Yeah,
Something?
AA list.
Wow. I mean, I think
We're
Or
gonna
we just
change
call it
your
the-
ratings to like Metal
I
Gear
think
Solid.
that-
we're
It'll be
just called
like
the UA.
S, AA,
Oh my
B.
God.
we can just call it the UA list.
UA. There you go. We'll do that. You're the UA list. Okay, so
yeah. Let's move on.
let's dive into the meat of this episode. We
The
kind of felt
meat.
like we needed to do another episode this week because it's been a crap load of trailers that came out. All of them are things that we nerd out on and we're really fond of. I like that something hums and we all check our phones. But first off, let's just go. They're going to be Justice League, Pacific Rim, and Star Wars. I think they're
Yeah.
major nerd things. We've all refreshed our brains and watched them all again.
Yep. Oh wait. Did you say Pacific Rim?
Yeah.
Okay.
So much for the brain refreshing.
Yeah.
Slow your roll on that
This-
root beer.
yeah.
Almost as refreshing as that root beer.
It's,
Currently
it's
not.
messing with my body, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Justice League because it's the first trailer that came out this week.
My man.
Yeah, right. The movie comes out November 17th. It's not that far away, almost exactly a month here.
It's 2 days from my birthday.
2 days from your birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, it's better than on your
It's
birthday.
too close to my
19th.
birthday.
Yeah.
Wait. What's your birthday?
The 3rd. Still too close.
November, boys.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
So let's talk about Justice League and let's just tear this movie a new one because I know that that's what
We're
we do with
gonna
DC
anyways.
movies.
I think
right?
it's BVS revisited.
Is it? Yeah, I think it's the
It's that
same
Remastered.
problem.
Too much in one thing.
It is. Well, we were
Paradigms. The
counting.
world is exploding.
So major
origin
flaw with
stories.
Justice League, I can already tell you. I hate origin movies. They're not my favorite superhero movie. We get the origin of Flash. Oh, awesome. We get the origin of Aquaman.
Yep.
Also really super sweet and cool. And we get the origin of Cyborg. Oh, another origin. Throw that in there. Wait, what's the fourth origin? they're going to be a team. We get the Justice League origin. That's 4 origins in one goddamn movie.
Also setting up, the villain, and how they're probably going to have to start setting up. Well, the villain.
The villains are recyclable for every. They'll just have a different one next episode. Next one, another villain. Next
But they're
one.
already
have
going
to-
with the like pinnacle villain, which they made the
No,
same
not-
mistake
okay,
in
not
BVS.
Quite yet. Right now they're doing Steppenwolf, but they're still gonna. I think they're gonna set up Steppenwolf's backstory, but then that's gonna have to start setting up Darkseid.
Yeah, Darkseid.
Darkseid. It's spelled really weird.
It's funny.
Dark SEID.
I've actually enjoyed being able to hear it because I've only ever read it in comics, and I'm like, Seid. How do you say that guy's name?
Seid.
But I think it's just Darkseid.
Yeah, it's just Darkseid. Major gripe with the trailer. I think the moment that really just like gave up was when Aquaman is like flying through the air, and then Cyborg catches him, and he's like, "You're not done yet." He's like, "My man." I'm like, that is the dumbest.
This
line.
ride's not over.
My man. It's like what?
He doesn't even act nothing like Aquaman.
Aquaman
There's no
just-
source
I
material.
did
there.
like the reinvention of Aquaman as far as the look. I really did like the look and like the idea. Thinking they're gonna make Aquaman cool
He needs
because
to
I've
be
always
regal.
liked Aquaman. But
Aquaman is a king.
What?
yes,
These are things you don't tell other people.
Aquaman is supposed to look like a king, right? Because he's the king of Atlantis. He just looks like a hobo almost in Aquaman gear.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But
don't
I'm
know.
just
Like
saying.
he needs to trim that hair up and the.
No, that's freaking awesome. I like that. That's pretty cool.
Although when he has this like hook hand, right? Like later on in comics, he's got like the one hand and one's like a hook, and he has like the beard and the long hair. Then
But that's still like.
he doesn't. I don't think he wears a shirt, so he's just got the pants. It's kind of still similar to the theme.
No, but he has the shirt too. In this one, he like it's.
I think it's all tattoos.
Oh, that'd be even dumber.
I think it's tattoos.
No.
Yes.
No. Like he's wearing he has the thing on.
The mesh shirt.
Yeah.
No.
Like they're,
Yeah.
They're tattoos. Look it up. I'm
Is
pretty
it-
sure
Oh my
they're
God.
tattoos.
Is it all tattoos?
I think they're tattoos.
I might freak out.
Why wouldn't it be? That's what they did with the Joker, right? They're running with the theme,
All right,
guys.
Aquaman.
Ruin it,
Dude,
ruin it,
don't
ruin
even
it.
bring up that Joker. I can't stand it.
So I think that's funny that's the biggest issue
No,
with the scene.
no. See, he has it.
Oh no, he does have that one. Yes. But now
So
look at
it's-
him. Now type in Aquaman no shirt. See what you get for that search. My biggest issue with that scene where he catches him is that it's so green screen, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like it might as well have been
Everything
playing.
is CG.
During that scene, I wanted the song like "Believe It or Not, I'm Walking on Air," right? Like that totally Greatest American Hero. It's him laying on a board being filmed while this repeating scene flies by. Like it's that bad.
Because he's flying vertically. He's not like this.
Yeah.
He's like,
It's so bad.
So, what if it's though? Okay, yes, the vertically you're not going to change that, but what if it wasn't like the Deadpool trailer stuff that was going out, where it was the stuff you were seeing was the essentially the storyboarding,
Yeah.
the really
Not actual movie content.
Well, yeah.
That's very Spider-Man Homecoming also. There were several scenes in those trailers that were just never in the movie.
yeah.
I'm a huge fan of that.
I don't think no
Set
because
the tone.
they
but not
totally
give it to me.
spoil the movies in all the Justice League or in all the DC movies so far. Everything they've shown in the trailers.
Oh yeah, they show you all the best content.
Yeah,
All the stuff
And if
that-
that's the best that movie has to offer,
Exactly.
oh my god!
How long is this movie?
3 hours.
I think at
Like
least.
it needs to be
It's
in
gotta
order
be.
to set up everyone. All Avengers setup was that guy.
See, all Avengers set up.
Yeah, Hawkeye. But even
Dude,
then,
there
it
was like
wasn't
5 movies
Nailing
setting up.
trivia
The,
today.
No, but like Hawkeye, like they didn't really. I don't know. Like even as when I was younger, when I was like 12, I watched that movie and I saw it and I'm like, I still like.
Man, I feel old.
I don't know. It just
no
they're
kidding.
setting up these major characters. They set up Marvel set up all their major characters with their other movies. Hawkeye is kind of like a side character. They set him up in the Avengers movies, but it works really well that way. And it's not going to work well here. They can't do it unless they completely gloss over everything and just do like a 2
Which it looks
second.
like they're doing.
Yeah, like Suicide Squad, where it's like all these dumb little
Yeah.
trailers for the characters, where it's like I would rather just have a whole thing with them.
Well, so here's a big complaint I have between comparing Marvel and DC, right, with what's going on. For me, the Avengers, part of the reason why those movies and what's gone on with all those different characters has been so cool is that as I grew up, those weren't the characters I was necessarily into. So, and I think a lot of that is because Marvel didn't have the license to their own products when they started doing this, right? So they had to tap into a little deeper roots of Marvel stuff. Awesome.
Because they sold off the X-Men and they
Yeah.
sold off Spider-Man, which are like their biggest
Oh,
names.
they're their big money makers, right? So that now they have to
Money
make
shot.
they have to
And the
make these
Fantastic
other characters more relevant, right? Which they've spot on nailed. They've done it so well with so much respect for the fans and those characters. Justice League is the pinnacle heroes for everything DC offers. It's the complete opposite of that. It's the ultimate dream team of heroes, and they're just effing it up. Like, really?
hard
They
not to
deserve. I really had to fight it. These as fans of these characters and the characters themselves, they deserve so much more respect than what they're getting, and it's hard to watch. And I'm just gonna say it. I find it offensive what they've done. I do. It's offensive.
You know,
Wow.
I mean, I can kind of get what he's saying because apparently they're gonna make a Sandman movie is in production, and
A standalone Sandman movie?
yeah.
But they're not going to...
Or no, sorry, not standalone. I don't know. I just heard it's in production, so it might tie in. But like,
How much do you want to bet they're gonna try to tie that shit in?
If DC
stuff in.
Oh, yeah, they're,
if DC messes that up,
they're stuff.
I am going to be like, it's. I love DC
Unless it's
so
like
much. I
Watchmen.
love the Flash. I love the Red Lantern, the Green. I love all the characters so much, and it sucks to watch these other characters that I'm like in the comics. I'm like, I don't really care. It's kind of hard to watch them have all the great movies and all these awesome characters that I'm telling everyone like, oh, the Flash is awesome. Oh, Atrocitus is awesome. Oh, Laura Felice is awesome. And like, I mean, the second two haven't gone, or the last two haven't gone screen time yet. But it's like, then they go and watch those movies and they're like, this is terrible. So they never want to read the comics because they all, like, so many people are exposed to is these terrible movies.
Yeah. Which I think is a problem with a lot of these movies. And again, it comes back to the Blade Runner. That Blade Runner is so good.
We haven't talked about Blade Runner at all
Right.
yet.
But,
So-
well, from our other episode where we reviewed it,
Yes,
I
from
think
our
that's
other
what
episode,
made
yes.
it so good is that it makes you want to watch the original, right? Like, it's
Oh, yeah,
so enticing
totally.
for that. None of these Marvel ones make me care. Wonder
Marvel?
Woman, I mean,
DC
DC.
The Marvel ones totally made me want to go back
No,
and check
Marvels
Source
are
Material.
awesome. But to be fair, Marvel messed up several times. Marvel didn't
a
just
couple
come
times.
out the gate with awesomeness.
Iron Man 2.
No, like,
yeah.
the freaking...
Iron Man 2 is actually really sweet. You should watch it again. Now that you've seen the whole universe, because I didn't like Iron Man 2. I think Iron Man 3 is what really sucks. Iron Man 2,
Iron Man 3, that was the one with where
where he's got the
whip guy and
anxiety
stuff.
issues. No, that's 2.
That's 2? Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, 2 is where Black Widow comes in as Black Widow. Nick Fury actually comes in and like starts having things that are relevant to tying in the Avengers. I think that's why it makes Iron Man 2 cool. Iron Man 3 sucks because he's got his weird performance issues.
Oh, that was the War Machine one, wasn't it?
Or the one where he's got all the
War Machine
he
was
can't
2, with the whip
can't be
guy.
with Popper anymore.
No, but
Or
the one where they had like 5
Just
War
combine 'em.
Machines and they were all like...
Oh, yeah, where he
And-
had like
and
all
he-
the Iron Mans.
and he ends up... And Rhodes ends up in the hospital and all broken.
No, that's the Avengers.
No, that's
That's
Civil
the
War.
second Avenger.
That's, yeah, it's Civil War.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We're so angry, we're just confusing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the last Iron Man 3 is the one where he meets the kid and he has to like rebuild his suit, but he doesn't have anything
Mandarin.
to attack his home. Yeah, Mandarin's in
Mandarin.
it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He has total performance issues. Remember, he has anxiety attacks and
yep,
can't
yep.
do anything
Yep.
because of the wormhole to space, right?
Yep.
That's why I
Which is-
didn't like that one.
Yeah, I guess that was kind of a dumb plot point. But yeah,
But
so
Marvel's
I'm-
made several bad movies. Let's not ignore the fact that
The
Marvel
Hulks.
went through several bad movies before they made a good
but
one.
none of them. And even the bad ones, you can still watch them and be like, all right, it's, at least it ties in. But like none of them have been just as offensive. I like that.
It's
I'm
offensive.
digging
It is.
as offensive as these crappy DC movies. They're not true to their characters. They're just, I don't know. It's so corporate. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Very much so.
Well, and I feel like every
my
time
man,
they,
it's,
every time they sit down for a meeting, they're like, "Hey, do you guys remember Batman? Oh yeah, totally, so cool. Well, forget that because we're gonna do him this way." It's like, what? Like that's it. Like that's
he's
must
gonna
be
have
the
all
first
these
conversation
cool
in the meeting.
explosions, and he's gonna kill everyone. Like, whoa.
Well, and why? Okay, really, Batman looks awesome, and I
does.
really like Ben
Yeah.
Affleck as Batman. He actually does pretty good. It is the Dark Knight Batman right from the comics. It's so cool.
But he kills everyone.
Actually, in the comics, he's pretty brutal.
He is pretty brutal, and by that point, he's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
But Superman, I like his suit. He actually looks pretty good. I don't think he's the worst Superman in the world, especially
mopey.
after watching. But if you watch Smallville, which I know is a CW show and should not validate anything, it's almost like the last season of Smallville is him as is Cal-El or whatever as Superman.
Yeah.
It actually kind of fits, and I appreciated it a little bit for that.
Kal-El. Anyway.
Calvo,
No, like
whatever,
the
actor,
actor.
right? Henry
Oh.
Calvo or Cavill.
That's it, and it sounds like Kal-El.
Yeah,
maybe
I never
that's
noticed
why they
that.
cast him.
And Wonder Woman, pretty good. Her costume looks pretty good. She's totally spot on.
I didn't watch your movie yet. I need to watch that.
Yeah, a lot of people rave about it. I think it's okay. I don't think it's this amazing, groundbreaking thing for women or superheroes or anything. But it's pretty. It's
Amazing compared to the
oh,
movies.
it's
I was
hands down the
compared
best
to everything
DC
we've had from
thing that we've
DC
had in a
is
long time.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what is the deal with the Flash? Aquaman's messed up. I don't care about him. Flash,
Cyborg.
why
It's just
is
like
so Batman makes
So-
Flash's suit, right? That's the only answer. Why does it look like a robot, like
there's
exoskeleton
so much.
weird
There's
suit?
so many little lines and details. It's like just make it simple. Just make it like
Why couldn't they just pull from the CW shows? Because they've got an already established great Flash.
Yeah. Oh, I totally
Flash.
prefer that Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We hate it. I'm still gonna see it, and I'm gonna come back and talk so much crap about it. But I'm really worried about it.
Thanks for buying my ticket.
Okay. So that's November 17th. Look forward to that. Also, the same thing in November, which we're going to see before it, and I hopefully have really good things to say. I think we should note that Thor Ragnarok comes
that's
out on
gonna
the
be a
2nd.
great movie.
I think it's
Okay,
gonna be.
I shouldn't.
I think it's gonna be pretty good because I think again they've already established it. They're just gonna own what they are. The other cool thing about it that I just read the other day is that it's actually the first part of a 3-part Hulk story arc.
Oh, really?
Because they do not have the rights to make a solo Hulk movie that's still owned by
Sony, isn't it?
Sony Universal.
Or is it Universal?
Might be Universal. I can't remember, but somebody owns the rights to a
yeah.
solo Hulk movie. So like, screw it. Why ruin Hulk with a solo movie? We'll just give him
Again.
we'll give him like as the secondary character,
Which
and
is
give
what
him
you
his
want
movie in
anyway.
3 movies. It's totally what I want. I want him to Hulk smash. I don't want Bruce Banner cry ass. I want Hulk smash.
Well,
No,
they had
But I
Bruce
also
Banner
don't want a
cry-ass
whole
in the
movie
Avengers.
of that. Yeah, but I don't want a whole movie of either, right? So it's like when he's that extra character, it's perfect. That's how it
Yeah.
should be. He's like a seasoning.
I-
I want a
Puny
little
God.
bit. Yeah. Right?
I like that about him, and I like that about Hawkeye too. Like we don't need a bunch of solo Hawkeye movies, but
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
really good background. And he's really good like a supporting character.
Well, and nothing against like chick stars again, but I feel the same way about Black Widow. So people are so diehard to have her get her own movie. It's like, no, she sells all these other movies. Like
Yeah.
Iron Man 2, that's why that movie's awesome, because Black Widow's in it. Right? It's like she is such a great additional character. She carries the rest of them. She doesn't need her own movie. So anyway,
Well, she proved that with
That's
Ghost in the Shell.
yeah, right. So let's move on to Jack's favorite, which was the next trailer we got this past week.
Pacific Rim Uprising, more like downgrading.
Also known as Pacific Rim Part 2.
But this.
And the which is what it looks like.
There's no
Part
chickens
doo-doo.
in the.
No. So you have a lot of gripes about this, and yeah, I think you should go first. You should lay it on us.
As a little kid, I watched a lot of Godzilla movies.
Okay.
In daycare, we would be watching.
All right, we're on
you
the same
know,
page now because as a little kid, I also watched a lot of Godzilla
We'd be,
movies.
we'd be
As a little
watching-
kid, I watched the Godzilla movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
Godzilla
well, I-
1980.
I didn't like that
whatever
one.
it was,
I really liked the ones where he'd fight.
It was in color.
the one where he squishes Bambi in the beginning. Is that the little short?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like point is,
I don't remember that.
I loved. I think it was Godzilla Wars or something.
You guys
that
talk
one
about that? I'll be
was
right back.
Where they
All right,
just
I'll be after
brought
you.
in every villain and they just like kicked the crap out of all of them, and he fought like it was a celebration of Godzilla. I really liked
But it's the worst one.
the worst
I
one.
think that is the worst one. The one where they bring in everything and
Worst?
just make this big cluster.
where it was like the superhero or the like team
Yeah.
of,
But
was
that's
so
but
cheesy.
I think we're getting to the point of Pacific Rim now.
Okay, but Pacific, like that one was too like really far over the top. Pacific Rim's a little, it's less.
But let's be honest, Pacific Rim is amazing because it's so bad.
I wouldn't say
Like
it's
the
bad.
reason why
I-
Pacific Rim it's the same reason Starship Troopers is awesome. It's the same reason that Fast and Furious is
Oh,
awesome.
okay, so
they're
you're not saying
bad,
it's-
terrible movies, but that's because. But I think they do it almost unintentionally, right?
No, Starship Troopers does it intentionally.
It does. That
Yeah.
one's definitely more blatant. But I think when Pacific Rim first came out, people sat around a table and again had this discussion and thought they were making the best movie of all time. But really, what they made was one of the worst movies ever that we all love so much, right? So there's this defining line between a really good movie versus a movie that's so bad that we just love that it's as cheesy as it is. And it can't be that way without being as serious as it is.
I can respect that opinion, but I think you also agree with me that this new one is so much worse. What I loved about Pacific Rim is that it was always really dark. It was really bleak and, not really gross looking, but it was like, it wasn't quite, I wouldn't say cyberpunk, but everything was all neon and flashy, and it had like a very unique, it was very unique in the genre of, kaiju movies, because they're always, usually really bright, or, occasionally there's the dark ones, but it's like, none of them have ever been this, like neon, bright.
Well,
and like all the monsters have all those blue, like all the blue, and then there's like the orange on the on the robots, and it just had such a unique look to it. And this new one, like almost every action scene in the movie is shot in midday.
Yeah. Well, I think the first one
ruins it.
First one is like the dusk of the world that was, and this new one is like the dawn of a new day.
It looks dumb.
Right? Like totally what they're going
and
for.
It looks so cheesy and like hopeful and like buddy cop almost, because
or you're thinking too far into it.
In the end,
right, because it doesn't
everyone's
need any of that.
And
fighting
now they just
together.
have a better CG budget, and they don't have to just black everything out in the background.
They don't have to hide everything.
What I loved about the first one is that everyone was constantly pissed off at each other. Everyone was just trying to fight each other. They're all just being terrible. And this new one, they all look like they're friends. They're teaming up to fight the kaiju.
Because they
It's like,
haven't
no.
come together under all the rainbows and happiness yet.
It's dumb. I like how in the first one, in the very end, they come together. It feels earned, right?
Well, they don't think that they all come together. They just it's like the last two
Or like
survivors.
a bunch of them just die. I love that. It's how like all the cool, like the robots will just die randomly. Like that.
Well, the robots don't die, to be fair. It's the people that are piloting them.
Oh yeah. Okay, but they were just
Way to show off. I need to lose a few pounds before I can do that.
Oh, thanks.
It was.
Asshole.
I don't know. It was just. The new trailer looks really dumb.
Actually,
It looks really boring, stereotypical. Like Hollywood grabbed the movie and no, it's like EA. They're just squeezing it out.
Yeah.
They're just making a dumb movie. And when it was dark,
Ooh, that's a good
the
comparison,
CG
actually.
the CG looks so much better when it's dark. God of War 3. A weird thing about God of War 3 is that the game was so dark because it actually makes it look better.
So what the hell is? Can we come back to DC now and see what the hell's their problem?
Oh,
Those movies
CG.
are so dark, but they still look like garbage.
Well, it's because everything's CG. Like the Bat Tank
Yeah.
is like totally CG. Like I watched an
There's
Angry,
no
I can't wait for our Batman episode.
I watched an Angry Joe video, and he would pause it, and he would you would just look at it, and it looks like a video game.
Oh, it's terrible.
Like not even a good cutscene, just I don't know.
It's terrible.
Yeah. Pacific Rim, same problems.
I
Probably worse.
don't think Pacific Rim is ever going to be this awesome movie, but I don't ever want it to be.
Yeah.
Like I want it to be this cheesy fest of a movie and just own what it is, and not like Sharknado cheesy.
Oh, yeah.
But like,
No.
but I want it to be unaware of its own cheesiness and have it sell itself to me that way, which is not easy to do, especially in a sequel.
So you want it to be like probably like what? Fast and Furious 4?
I think 4 they were more aware of it, and that's kind of a weird. I almost like 3. Like 3 is such a departure, but it's such
Is that Tokyo Drift?
It's so
Yes, Tokyo Drift 3.
God,
that is one of the best.
love that
ones,
one.
because it tried so hard to be different, but it wasn't at all.
Exactly.
Right? That's what made it so good. So maybe this one will actually be that way. It's like you're gonna go in and like it's so different, but it's the same garbage fest. It's awesome.
Yeah, I don't.
As long as it still has all those same ridiculous one-liners, because
Oh
that
my
movie
god.
is all
the
about
one-liners
the
were
one-liners.
so bad.
I just
was still
hope
connected
that
when
it's
my
not
brother
as bad
died.
as I think it's gonna be. I hope that it's like that first one. I hope it's.
You know what I really think this is, Jack? Because this has been happening to us for the past 10 years of our lives.
Yeah.
This might be
it's
the
all good.
first movie that comes out again that is going to tarnish your original experience of it. That you're really taking note of. And I'm sorry to say, but this is just like downhill from here.
Yeah, it really is.
Because this is what keeps happening with Hollywood.
point?
They just keep ruining. At least with DC movies, you started out hating it.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, at least every once in a while,
DC's got
Runner
nowhere to
happens.
go but up, right?
or like I said, every once in a
No,
while,
it can get worse.
Blade Runner does happen.
That's true, right? And then it rekindles hope.
Maybe I just don't like how most of it's shot in like the daytime. That really bugs me because it just changes a lot about the movie. I know it seems like a small gripe, but like watch the first one.
So in the
and
first
then you'll
one,
understand what I'm talking
is the fighting with the aliens like more secretive? Like the public isn't necessarily aware
about.
of
No,
it.
they're aware, but
Like
it's
why
like
is it always at night?
I
been
think
a long
that's
time
when
since
I think
I've
it's
seen
when
it.
they come out of the water.
Like I was wondering if maybe this time around it's been like more publicized, so that it's okay to come out during the day
No,
more.
no,
or,
everyone
like,
they fought in the middle of cities, but it was so gritty and
Well,
like,
that very first battle, right?
it's like usually in the water,
Yeah,
isn't
but
it?
the very first battle was in the water, but the one where him and his brother were lost and they
Yeah.
ended up falling, that was
He was
in the
inside
daytime, wasn't
me
it?
when he
yeah,
died.
but no, it was
Such
like,
great
It was
lines.
really foggy though. It
I was
was
still connected when he died.
but,
Yeah.
like, no. It was daytime, but it wasn't like it was like really foggy, right? And it was really
Yeah.
like gross.
So
Yeah,
what
but
if
I'm saying,
in
like-
this one,
It looks too
like
clean.
all those things happened because the monster things were like totally in
Also,
power?
okay, so go back to the whole too clean thing. That's our complaint of the first 3 Star Wars. I mean,
Oh yeah,
Really?
for sure. Yeah, it's hands down what was wrong
Completely.
with it.
Yeah,
But
exactly. See, it ruins a lot.
It
about
really
the
did.
original.
so what if in this one though, right?
I'd rather
like,
have Muppets.
because they fight the dudes and the monsters, and they take over. Now the world is saved, right? That's how the other one ends, kind of, right?
Sure.
So the lights come back on. Everybody's aware of
They went
whatever.
through-
We
they
go
went
back
through-
to
they went through-
regular.
They went through the portal. They blew up the gate and everything. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
no,
right?
it's just everything was all neon and cool, and now the city they're fighting in just looks like a bland, like one of those.
I do gotta say it's better in
It looks
3D.
like New York. It looks like bland old video game New York.
Well, but what if in the first one, it's so like just terrible dystopian that it is black like it is, right? And it's supposed to emphasize that, which it does. So in the second one, what if it starts out as like we've resolved those issues, we've gone back to a civilized society, there's lights and whatever, and then by the end of the movie it goes back into this decrepit
That'd be
whatever.
cool.
Would that be okay?
Yes.
Okay, I'm
I'd
just
be
trying
okay
to
with
propose
that.
a different
So-
option because the trailer hopefully isn't going to show you the whole movie.
Trailer is the first one reminds me of Xenogears.
The first movie does?
The first Pacific Rim does.
Yeah, I could
It
see that.
totally
Yes,
reminds
yes.
me of Xenogears.
Yeah, which is that like this total dystopian,
Yep.
like terrible future. Yeah, running through the sewers, like bad future.
Yes.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. I'm definitely gonna watch it. And
I think we're
we
gonna
should
watch
all-
both of these.
Yeah.
Oh, of course
We're gonna watch all three of these.
Yeah.
Should we move on to the next one, which I
The
think is a
next
nice segue? Same actor, who I think seems like he takes on a much darker role in the new Star Wars movie than he does
Yeah, it
in
almost
Pacific
looks like
Rim.
he's wearing. Oh yeah, Star Wars. Surprise! It almost looks like he was wearing Empire clothes.
Yeah, it's we're talking about the Star Wars: The Last Jedi's trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's plural, and you put an S on the end to make Jedi plural. It's as Jedi's.
It's
Jedi.
Jedi.
You also lose yourself when you gaze into them.
All I really need to say about this is I like the walkers that have the weird fists.
The gorilla walkers?
I don't really understand the application. Maybe it's, I don't know, but they look cool. But I hate that dumb little seal thing. It's just another mascot to sell toys. It's just another BB-8. It's dumb. It's just gonna be an annoying character. That goes,
Okay.
just makes a dumb noise and that's
you
it.
are aware this is both Lucasfilm and Disney.
Yeah.
You are aware
both,
of this.
Both have an affinity for making cute little action figured plush
Yeah,
toys.
They're
right?
all about
Yeah.
I
marketing.
hope it dies.
They're
I want to see
all
it get
about
ripped to
marketing.
shreds. I want to see its family burned in front of its eyes. That's what I want to see. Dumb seal. I already hate it.
Just like Luke.
It's just gonna.
God, that'd be Force Awakens all over again.
It's just gonna make a bunch of dumb little noises and be like, and everyone's gonna be like, "You're so funny." I'm like,
Sick of it. He already hates it.
yeah.
So what do you think?
Yeah.
It looked, like, other than that, I thought it looked really good.
Wow, he took me serious.
I think what Force again, I'm going to come back to mention it in the Blade Runner show. Somebody actually commented too that they didn't think that Force Awakens necessarily did this, but I really think that Force Awakens reinvigorated in new people, new fans, and the original fans the feelings that we originally loved Star Wars for.
Yes.
It brought that back. Not like that.
Everything that we hated about 1, 2, and 3, Force Awakens just said, screw that.
Yeah.
We're going to pay homage to our original people, but we're going to also cater to some new people.
Yep.
And we're just going to regurgitate everything that was there, but you're going to love it. And guess what? I did.
I totally loved it too. It was the refresher that we needed for it. My biggest fear about The Last Jedi's, I'm just going to keep calling it that, is that Luke is going to die. He's gonna totally pull an Obi-Wan, right?
Okay.
It seems really obvious that's probably gonna happen. There's gonna be this inner turmoil where she won't finish her training, just like Luke did in Empire, right? She's not gonna get to finish it. Do you think that her and the bad dude team up?
I know the big talk of the interwebs is that she turns red.
I was gonna
You
say,
think so? Like she becomes jaded.
That's the big
So
talk.
they're gonna role reversal.
Big talks. She's gonna become dark side.
that would be so cool. What I was gonna say is, it looks like she doesn't want to stop the training, but it looks like Luke stops her because he's like, I've seen that power before, and like I don't want to mess with it again.
And he's afraid of it. He's scared of it.
So maybe
And-
that could turn her to the. I don't know.
And based on some of the outside of the film's canon, Luke has gone gray. As you can see, he's gray Jedi, which is all about maintaining balance. Doesn't care whether it's light or dark.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
and like
I,
he says,
I almost guarantee there will be a scene where even if, like no matter how it all happens, Luke is gonna die.
you think so?
Do you think
Maybe in
Luke
the
dies
next
in
one.
the movie?
Well, I mean, I
I
feel
think
like
Leia actually dies this time.
Yeah. Well, yes. Which she was in there. It must be actual footage because I had heard they were really trying to stress not using a digital version of Leia,
yeah, it definitely looks real. You can tell when it's digital, like in a Blade Runner.
or even Rogue One.
Yeah.
Which I actually
Yeah.
thought was it was tastefully done, but again, it's like Blade Runner, where I wish she just never would have turned around. We knew who she was. We didn't need to see
Yeah.
her face. Leave something ambiguous.
It's never gonna be as good as the Crow, though.
What?
It's never gonna be as good as the Crow.
What?
Oh,
The
God,
digital
where he
replacement.
actually died.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
That's true.
what was I gonna say?
Granted, although it was a silhouette and a rooftop, but whatever.
Yeah, that's still one of my favorite movies. That movie was so awesome. It's so.
Have you
want to know what
watched
the
it again
90s
recently?
were like? That's it. That's
Have you
the
watched
90s.
it again recently?
Is it in the 90s?
Oh my god, that movie's so hard to watch now.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it, but
but it's hard to
I
watch.
don't think if I watched it as like Jack now, I would.
Yeah.
I watched it a while
It's
ago.
so
I
brutal,
thought it was
though.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
I do like it.
I'm glad because it's really good.
I
But
really hope. Back to the topic. Jeez, I really hope that like the
Topic, what's
entire
that?
movie for Star Wars, the entire movie for what's her face is just training with Luke. I really want to see like almost all of her arc in that movie with that, because I feel like it's
That would
It's
be good.
Empire then, though. But then it's
no, but
Empire.
Empire. It
I'd
was
be
like
okay
a
with
little
that.
bit. It wasn't the whole time.
He
like,
never finishes his training, but then
Yeah.
he goes back and mourns her death, or mourns Yoda's death, right? And like that's your Empire, pretty much,
Yeah, I just
right? And then he goes back, faces his father, gets his big discovery. So
gets
she,
his hand cut off.
yeah, right.
Falls to the, yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if in this she
1970
doesn't get a chance
what?
to finish her training. She's got to go back and help whoever. Maybe it's what's his face from Pacific Rim. What's his name?
John Boyega.
Yeah, maybe
Yes.
he starts to turn to the dark side, which is why we see him in his black garb. So she's got to now leave Luke and not finish her training to go save him. Luke's going to end up dying. It's going to end up with her going back to like try and reconcile and deal. It's going to be Empire all over again. I don't
Okay.
think she'll lose a hand,
I have
but I
hope
think
for
it's
it.
going to be that same
Are you
thing,
kidding? This is Star Wars. Somebody has to lose a hand.
right?
Yeah.
Somebody does.
Anakin also lost a hand in the second movie, which was really weird. Does that mean that what's the guy's
Dude,
name?
Anakin-
Count Dooku's his father?
I don't know. There's a lot of ifs and buts about this next
Wow.
movie. I feel a lot more. I care a lot more about it than I do Rogue One.
That's fair. Because
Well,
Rogue One's
yeah.
like a spin-off, so it doesn't...
Well,
It was good and it was
yeah,
fine.
I really
but
liked Rogue One.
I really liked Rogue One as well. I really liked it. It's
It was a little Game of Thrones for me. A little bit of filler garbage.
Oh
in there,
my
But it was
God.
still good.
I think that's why I liked it, because it was Game of Thrones for me. It was all sorts of filler garbage. But no, Rogue One didn't progress a story. Rogue One just revisited what was there already.
Yeah. Well, it gave you this other avenue of a story you already knew.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you already knew that people died to get those plans. This just told you the story about the people that died to get those plans.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Anyway,
Yeah.
You know, I enjoyed Rogue One a lot. I really
I
hope
really
the
did.
other spin-off movies have that level of
I
quality.
hope they make Darth Vader in anything that they portray Darth Vader in as brutal as he was in that.
So cool.
That was cool. That was one of my favorite parts. Yeah. Don't glorify him. Just make him be who he is and then get him out of there.
Exactly.
Yeah. They did that really, really well.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about Shadow of War now?
Should we move on? Is that our movie? Is that our reviews of the movie trailers?
Yes.
Not, a lot
There's
of them not
a lot
good,
of
except
heavy
Thor,
concern for all of them.
They all.
except Thor.
And Thor, I also think though that Thor gets this big pass because once again they've established so much, we're okay with it, right? It's like
Yeah.
you've got the license to do whatever the hell you want because we trust you now, right?
Oh, that's very true.
It's like these other ones, you're still building
I mean,
trust.
I trust Star Wars,
But the way they set it up, though, with the retro styling, the fact that it's Space Hulk, that's awesome.
yeah.
And
Well,
then
and as long as they own it, right? Like it better be that from beginning
Yes.
to end. If it's not what we
And-
go in expecting,
it's Ragnarok, which is like the end all be all of all Scandinavian
yeah, right?
culture. So yeah,
It's got a lot of potential. I think it will live up
the
to
cosmos
it.
better die.
We'll see.
Yes.
So anyway, that's how we feel about all those trailers. You can tell we're super excited about those.
I mean, okay. To be fair, I am pretty excited for Last Jedi. I mean, I don't know. I'm more. I feel like I'm more excited than you guys.
Dude,
Well,
I'm
I
really
wanna
excited
be-
for it. Dude,
I wanna
but
be
I love
surprisingly-
it. I want to see it. I can't wait to see it. I'm not going to be drunk for that one. I'm going to be very drunk for the Justice League one.
yeah.
yeah,
Very,
I'll drive,
all
don't
very
three and a
drunk.
half hours of it. Yeah,
I am sneaking the liquor in. Yes.
yeah.
Just keister it.
I,
Was
I
your
hope
dad
to be
drinking
pleasantly
Lafroig?
surprised for all three of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to sneak in some of that.
Yeah.
Actually, probably more than some. But
The crazy thing is when one of these comes like full circle again. Did we already review a Marvel movie with you yet?
No.
No. So one of these is going to happen though, and will be, the circle will start.
Yeah.
Okay.
The cycle begins.
So I did get a new game that came out this past week. Shadow of War.
Whoa.
Yep. I've been playing the crap out of this game.
now there's 3 factions you can play as, isn't there?
I'm just playing as the one dude, the same main dude. And there's 3 chapters to the game, or 3 acts.
Okay.
The first act is very Shadow of War, typical Shadow of War. I think it's a
No, Shadow of War you're playing is Shadow of Mordor that you're thinking.
Idiot.
yeah. Shadow of Mordor. It's very Shadow of Mordor.
So it
right?
sets it up, and then Act 2 is when you start invading.
Act 2 is when you can start taking over people and start forming your army to then start invading. And I wonder if
Gotcha.
Act 3 is going to be when I can actually
Yeah.
it becomes more of a strategy game when that part of it becomes more relevant. But right now I've just been able to, like, when I fight a warlord and I beat him down into submission, I can take him over and he can join my warlord clan, right?
Yeah.
Really?
So it's like I've just now established this thing, and you can actually have him pit fight
instead of them getting pissed off at you, you actually assimilate them.
if you do that. If not, or you can just kill them and have them get pissed, or they kill you and they get pissed, right? Like there's been so many times
I
when
just want to see the Borg whole thing.
like,
You've been assimilated.
I have cursed so many of these orcs for killing me, and some of them have gone. Like, I think the biggest jump somebody's made is from like a level 12 to a level 20 because they've killed me that many times. And by level 20, they suck because they have like 2 little foot soldier guys that are also always around them that are now bosses because they're like at the
jeez.
top and these other people have moved up. So now it's this like 3-on-1 battle that I have to do with. But I love that about it, right? Like, it's so cool that can happen and you build these like
And do you beat
vendettas
'em?
in the game. Yeah, I beat those people
It's such
before.
a
nice.
revolutionary system. Like even if the game isn't, I mean, like the first one wasn't the best game. Like it did have a lot of
Very
parts
kind
to
of
it,
demo-ish.
but that system is so amazing and it
So
makes
refreshing.
it so unique.
Yeah.
So amazing about what? What makes it so amazing?
Oh,
Because
wait,
I've
you've
never
played it, right?
Like, I've never cared. Like, there's always been like when you get to a boss fight and it's like, God, this boss sucks. But they always do. Eventually, you learn if I just crouch this way or give a small hop instead of a big hop, his blast will go around me or whatever. Like, you figure the little trick to
Yeah.
beat the boss. In this one, it doesn't work that way because you start to figure those out, and then when they beat you,
They learn.
they learn and they level up, and they're not going to
Okay.
do those same mistakes next time.
Okay.
And eventually, they have like their little foot soldiers that now are learning and growing also, and they're going to be like the next in command. And it's like it's this big pain in the ass, but it's
Wow.
great. Yeah,
So that's okay. So the only thing I can relate to that because I have not played this game,
yeah.
either
That's
of
the
them,
Nemesis system. That's what it's known
Well, I
for.
was gonna,
Okay.
I was gonna say a couple,
is
or you
is like I said Final Fantasy VIII, the Ultimecia battle.
It's kind of like that, except that
Just the only thing about it is Ultimecia is just the more you level up, the just more vastly she grows.
yeah. And this one is that way, but only if you directly encounter with them and they beat you.
Oh, okay.
Then they move up in their
No,
ranks. and
this
get
is
tougher
just
and stronger.
Ultimecia. If you run through the game, you get her to low level,
Yeah.
and she's easier to beat, or you can do like I do and just grind and
I
grind
love
and
that idea. That's so cool.
grind and grind and grind. Because that's why I play Final Fantasy. I've played every Final Fantasy that way, just grind and grind and grind and grind and grind and grind. And we've all talked about it. We know about it, how that goes, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So another thing about the Nemesis system is that each orc has weaknesses and strengths. So you might not be
Yeah.
able to jump over them, but they might be afraid of caragors or like these like weird dog things. You can kill them really
Or
easily. with that.
fire,
or
or flies,
like, when
or
you
the
get them down to low
spiders,
health,
or-
they'll get really pissed, and their health will start to regenerate. So then you have to kill them really fast. And there's so many intricate things, and Shadow of War adds upon that. They add so many different new things about it, like I mean, so much dialogue, and they can come back from the dead as like whites or whatever, and they'll have like a weapon in their head,
Yeah.
or, like, and it just the system is so intricate and deep that even if the plot's not good, you always have something new to do, and you can build up just an extreme army, or you can kill every orc, and it's
Yeah, you don't have to recruit anything. You can just slaughter the whole batch of them
Yeah.
if you want. And I did one guy. It's cool because sometimes you'll slaughter guys down like pretty brutally, right? Like you will like big sword swing at them and then come back and like lop both their legs plus an arm and their head.
Yeah,
and like
just-
it'll spin through the air and blood and stuff comes out. It's awesome, right? But that'll happen, and then the next time you see them, they'll be all like
Robot.
retrofitted, yeah, with like medieval kind of like mech stuff, and like one guy's face will be all covered in all these metal
Total
bandages and
steampunk,
one
man.
eye, and he's like, "You thought you killed me last time, skin bag," and like totally curse you out, and it's really cool. And then you get to fight him again, right? But now he's like all like Mecha Frieza. It's
Okay.
totally kind of what it's like,
and this
right?
is all this is all dynamic stuff, except you won't die in like one hit.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's so dynamic, and it makes every player have their own unique story. Because, like, say you fight a guy named Bullbash, the Grubel sword, or
I say Bushido Blade, that's dying in one hit.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's not.
it's
Bushido
not quite
Blade.
that. Yeah.
I mean, unless you're really high level and they're not. But it's like it creates these dynamic stories that like goes beyond the plot because you have relationships with just these AI, and it's I don't know. Now
And
now
they
I'm
carry
getting
grudges
excited.
and
But
everything
and it's
else.
sloppy. I will say that there's things about it that it's very kind of The Witcher, right? It very kind of reminds me of The Witcher. It reminds me of Mad Max a little bit, where it's very repetitive and you're doing the same thing a lot.
Not as bad as Mad Max, can guarantee it. I platinum Shadow of Mordor.
it
I know how
also-
repetitive that game is.
But it is very repetitive. You're doing the same thing, but each time it's different
But it's
because
fun.
of the interactions and stuff. Yeah,
Fun, and
but
like
it's fun.
Mad Max.
And the other game it's kind of reminds me of is Infamous in the way that it has like so much like parkour kind of stuff going on. Like you're constantly it's better than Assassin's Creed because Assassin's Creed is also that way, but it's like garbage mechanics where you're constantly trying to parkour over everything, and all I
Yeah.
wanted to do was talk to that one NPC, right? But I
Yeah.
can't stand next to him because I'm too busy doing backflips and everything off anything.
Yeah.
And this one, not so much that way, and I've gotten this like double leap ability where I can like launch off something and then leap again before I hit the ground.
Or like a double jump.
Yeah, pretty much, right? I call it double leap, but yeah. And it's really
I'll keep
good
fidgeting
about
with it.
making you grab a ledge or landing on something that's whatever's closest by, but like in a super convenient way.
Yeah.
So it's polished that mechanic of it a lot. I have a lot of good things to say about it. I'm actually really stoked that I did enough story missions to hit Act 2 because now it's like refreshed and a lot more fun all over again.
Yeah,
It's starting to get burnt out on its repetitiveness in Act 1.
Because I like how it slowly in the first game introduces mechanics, but it sucks that it just ends with you being able to dominate them, and there's not much to do after that.
Yeah.
But like in this game, it's like you create castles, and they can rebel against you and whatnot. Okay.
You
so,
lose the ring. So that's what happens at the very beginning. Spoiler alert.
Oh,
you don't
okay,
have the
'cause
ring.
I was gonna say, how do you forget all that?
Right? So
stuff?
you lose the ring and you have to start out from square one, which is Act 1, and it's only like 2 castles on the map. So it's pretty much tutorial, right?
How many? So how big is the map? Like, is it one continuous
not sure
map, or
yet.
is it a Witcher?
It's more Witcher-ish, I think. Where you can spin,
That's
you can
huge.
come out and you can see the different kingdoms, and I'm pretty sure you can actually run from one to the other. I haven't actually done that yet.
What?
But I think you can run from one kingdom to the other like on the physical map, but you can also fast travel to
Yeah.
new like major locations you find, which is all I've done so far because I've been just trying to get kind of past Act 1, but I keep getting sidetracked with these orcs. I hate them,
Yeah.
right? And I get this vendetta and I have to kill them.
Well, no, just come back later, and when you're super strong and recruit them.
Yeah, well now I can. Now I can
Yeah.
go back and like screw you. Now you're on my side, right?
Yeah.
And I really am enjoying it. It's got a little bit of a guilty pleasure element to it. I don't want to put a score on it yet because again, I'm only in Act 2. I still have a whole Act 3 of stuff that's going to come out for it that I haven't really tried yet. But I don't regret spending my $60 on it at all. And I have not ran into a single microtransaction that I remotely care about. any of them that have come up, I've been unlocking stuff anyway. Like even the pre-order bonus is irrelevant now within like 5 hours of play. It's very Battlefront.
What I
Just
was
to bring
gonna say
that sour note again.
is that
$75 lost.
Yeah.
the microtransactions don't come up till the end. So I guess
Played
in
for
the end
what?
of the game,
Maybe 3 hours.
to unlock the true ending, you have to I think it's there are 20. Either you have to siege 20 forts, or no, I think it's 20 times these orcs will siege against you, and each time they get continuously powerful, and it becomes such a grind that most people just break down and buy it. Like I heard it at the very end. It's just awful.
But I kind of think that's the point of the game, is that the game is a grind.
Well, if it's grinding, I'm probably totally into it then.
It's totally what it is. Like I think I could have just sped through the story
grinds.
and not done any of the stuff, like all the little side missions and the little tutorial things. I could have avoided all that, burned through the story, got through Act 2, but then not appreciated those abilities because I just got them all of a sudden.
So I say, so when you do the grinding, you get this ability to like, yes, I am the god, and I can annihilate all. Because that's what I love about grinding.
Yeah, eventually. Yes.
Yeah.
that happens.
That's why I like grinding in other games, is because you get something out of it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, that's what I love about it. It's like I love it because
I hate Mad Max so much.
you spend so much time doing that, and investing time into doing it, and back to Final Fantasy VIII, which sucks because everybody else you can like they level up because all the characters. I think that was the first one that all the enemies level up with you.
Oh.
But they level up and they cap. And once they cap, you can just keep leveling up past that and get to the point of, I am a god and I can annihilate all of you.
I love going back to the first areas in games where it works like that, like Borderlands, going back to the first area and just annihilating everything. Because I love being able to be like, this is where I came from and this is where I am now.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
To be able to have that put into perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's great. I do not regret getting it whatsoever. I'm really going to struggle next week with enjoying my new abilities I've unlocked in Shadow of War versus playing all the way through South Park: The Fractured Butthole, because that comes out next week.
Oh, does it?
That comes out on the 17th, which is this Tuesday.
Oh, damn.
Also, I'm pretty sure Gran Turismo comes out on the 17th, which is this Tuesday.
I don't have a wheel.
Yeah. I'm not
And
so
until
sure about it.
And until I have a wheel, I'm not going to be in any racing game.
Yeah,
I just...
Gran Turismo's a little bit like these trailers for me as far as what's going on. It's like this old classic that can't define itself.
Well, you get any current day racing game, period, and that's an investment of another $300 to $400 for a quality wheel, plus another $100 for a good setup in which to place that wheel.
Yeah, screw that.
Otherwise, it's like suction cups, then the thing like sits on a
No.
desktop.
No, I don't want that.
But that's what they are. For $300 for
I
the
know
pedals
this.
and the wheel, that's what you
No,
get.
I don't want that. And
Suction
not only
cups.
do I want pedals, I want the full pedals. I want clutch, brake, and gas.
Yeah, that's $300 at least.
Just get like the whole
And the
car.
shifter.
You know, just do a race in real
Dude,
life.
I
at
have a
that point.
car that
Yeah, right?
I have a car and a Sawzall, and I've already threatened to cut it up and turn it
Put
into
the TV.
Yes, I've already threatened to do that, but I don't have a place to put it. I have the casters to put it on too.
Be awesome.
Any like
going out.
review I've read
Going for a
about
drive.
Gran Turismo where people are like, "Oh, it's so amazing, this and that." It's always followed by like, "But granted, I was playing in like a framed car thing with a VR headset on."
Now, see,
and
VR
all
would be
and the
awesome
pedals
because
and-
it'll move where you're looking with what you're doing. Because that is like everything I've come up to with Gran Turismo. Where like, I want an improvement. Is I want the ability to where I'm looking where it's going to be.
Yeah.
That would be like the one improvement because that would eliminate the need for peripherals.
Well, and the only issue with that is when I do a racing game, I never race from the cockpit. That's
I
not how
always race from the cockpit.
You heard him say it.
I was gonna say.
So dirt, when we did the dirt, did I not do better when I was
You did.
in the car
That's
versus
true. You
you
did.
during third person? I was doing as good as you in the car in third person as I was in the car.
Yes.
I could not do it from third person.
Yeah.
Where Gran Turismo, I have to have the third person.
Yeah. Well, and Gran Turismo is like,
Wait. So when you drive in a car, do you want it to be third person or first person?
If I'm doing a racing game, it has to be first person.
So
Well,
that's the
GTA.
one. That's the
You don't
like
play
the one
GTA
time
that
where you
way.
can do a first person.
Yes, I cannot do a first person shooter. I cannot do a first person anything else. But give me a racing game, I have to be in the seat. I have to be in the driver's seat.
for me, it really depends on the game. Because I
That's
can
like-
do
the
a
one
first
thing,
person.
if they gave me a rear view mirror right up here and VR goggles where I could like look left and right
Yeah.
and see the rear view mirror, dude, I'd be set. I'd be golden and be like, all right, we're good.
It's,
That's awesome.
I think that's a tough call for me, the first person or the third person. It really depends on the game.
Yeah.
Like Fallout, I want to play Fallout first person. Why would I ever play that not first person?
Well, okay, no,
Skyrim
Skyrim.
even?
I play
I
Skyrim
wanna-
first person.
Yeah, I want to play that first person. I
Mad
don't
Max,
wanna
the
play-
driving in Mad Max, you cannot play that first person. Like, there's
I
an
don't want.
option
That's a
to.
Well, see, that's the same
complete
as
third-person game.
Gran Turismo.
Why would
I
you
have
ever
to
do
play
that?
Gran Turismo third person. Gran Turismo first person sucks. I hate it first person. Other than when you're running down sidewalks. Running down sidewalks in the car is awesome first person.
You mean GTA?
Or GTA.
Yeah.
Oh,
What-
GTA
what did I
first
say?
You
person
say Gran
totally
Turismo.
works.
You were GT, just not GTA.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Yes, no.
No, yeah,
Grand Theft
GTA
Auto.
totally works. Mad Max, I don't know, there's too much.
It's a tough call for me. Like
At least
game
for- it's
first
only
person
for the drive.
shooters. It is a really tough call whether or not that game should be first person or third person for me. It really is.
Now,
Shooters
see,
work so
Halo?
much better first person.
It really depends, I think, on what the plot line of the game is and what the motivation to be first person or third person is. There's a lot of like world
see.
affecting things going on, like a lot of destruction of the world and like whatever vehicles you're getting in and like other things that interact with the world. I kind of want it to be third person. Like I want to be
Like
able to
Borderlands,
absorb
the
that,
cars.
right? Yeah, but even in Borderlands, the cars suck. It's the weirdest steering control.
Yeah.
It's garbage, right? But at the same time, some of those first-person games, like BioShock, why would you ever play BioShock not in first person?
Yeah.
Like it's such a
Okay,
weird horror
I did like
tone, and
BioShock. And granted, the one that I played was the one you hate the most.
the third one.
Whatever one that
It's the
was.
only one I hate.
Yeah, that'd be it.
I know. We're running long today.
Yeah.
But, no, I say Halo, it's like going back to first person shooter, like, I like that. I like the Halos, and granted, this is 1 and 2 because it's the only ones I played,
Yeah.
are 1 and 2, but I loved them.
We should come up with definitive reasons why we appreciate more games first. And
I don't
Yeah,
know why
future
I like.
episode.
yeah,
I
I mean,
don't-
that'd be because I'm thinking about it. And
And
I
say
can't tell-
Unreal. Unreal Tournament 2 would be the second one. That was one that was like the real story for playing.
Yeah. Well, and we always come back to that GoldenEye is the definitive game
There you go,
that made
GoldenEye.
me open my eyes to what a first-person shooter can
Exactly.
be. It really is.
I like those ones, but for the most part, I hate first persons. You put me into a what do you call it? What's the big one? The Call of Duty. I hate those.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that. Battlefront, or not Battlefront, but
Battlefield.
Battlefield.
Battlefield didn't like that.
The verses. These are boiling down to versus first-person shooters, as opposed to like engaging in a solo story or a
but,
campaign.
but Halo gives you a compelling story to follow,
Yeah. Well,
And
that's
I
what
love
mean.
that.
That's why it's okay.
and that's why I'm playing. And like I said, the Unreal that I played was a compelling story to follow. It was like a intense story, but it was a story to follow.
It's a tough line because also for me, that's why one of the reasons
It gives me
why-
motivation to put up with the first person.
Yeah. Well, and I think like Fallout, one of the reasons why Fallout is so good is because of the world that it's in, but I also love it as a first-person shooter. So it's almost like a rule breaker for me.
Yeah.
And even really BioShock is that way too, right? Like I love the world that BioShock exists in.
And
But at the
Bioshock
same
has a lot
time-
of like corridors. I mean, at least in the first one, so it's kind of hard
Yeah.
to.
That's a tricky one. I like that.
BioShock's
That's a good
got a
topic.
ton of freaking story though.
It does. It's all about the story.
Yeah.
And really Fallout is kind of that way too. It's
And,
all about these side
like
quests.
I
It's,
said,
it's an RPG.
Skyrim. I played Skyrim first person, and this is the last time I did it, I'm playing as an archer. I've never played as an archer before, so it's like this is the first time it's kind of a shooter.
Yeah. It's very RPG also. So I wonder if that needs to be a crucial. I don't know. This future discussion for sure.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say
Do
is
it.
that
Say it.
Dude,
Don't
I
worry,
I
just do it.
haven't brought anything on the table for a while. I'm sorry, but in
We're
like
not.
I think 15 to
You've
20
got enough
days,
with your microphone.
depending on how long
In the
Amazon.
shack, bro.
You be quiet. Depending on how long Amazon takes.
Never gonna happen.
Because you know Amazon can be, they can take a while or whatever.
No, I don't. I got Prime is 2 days.
Oh my god. Whatever. Point is I got the Wolfenstein 2 Collector's Edition with the action figure, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited for Wolfenstein 2.
Nice.
I loved the first one.
We might
I
have to
feel
do a
like-
little play date.
Yeah.
Get together. You can
Yeah.
drink some root
And
beer.
I'll have
drink
it
some
on
beer.
disc so we could bring it here
Yeah.
with the big. Well, okay. I mean, like, I would have a blast explaining the story of the first one because it's just so. It's so campy, but it's also like really serious. Like
Very
so many.
Pacific
Okay.
Rim.
Quick little tangent. Call of Duty, all the World War II ones. It's like you're fighting Nazis. That's all you need to know.
Medal of Honor. That's the one I was thinking. Sorry.
Mm.
By the way.
You don't know like who I don't know. I'm trying. Heinrich Himmler. the Nazi that might have been my
Guggencheck, whatever his name
grandfather,
is.
my great grandfather. God, what's his name?
Hitler?
No, the guy he invented the Gestapo, but he might actually be my great grandfather. Point is, you never know about those people, and you never like. It's one thing to have Nazis, and it's another thing to have their personality and show like this is why you're fighting them because they're terrible. And Wolfenstein has these really unique characters that are like just awful. And I mean, obviously they are because they're Nazis, but like it gets you immersed in the world because you're like, I am fighting these people. Like this is the scum of the earth. These are the personification of Nazis, and they're just terrible.
It's also
people.
maybe the difference between Shadow of War and Mad Max.
What? What?
Well, I mean, like the orcs are like these terrible people that you now care about why you are killing them versus Mad Max, where you're just killing
orcs
this
are nowhere near as
onslaught,
bad.
whatever.
Like in
They're not.
Wolfenstein,
Would you rather fight Nazis or orcs? This is the final question
God.
for the episode.
Dude, I want to
Nazis or
kill
orcs?
Nazis, man. Slaughter
Nazi
them all.
orcs.
But if orcs attacked us all, I bet Nazis would be on our side.
I don't know.
Do you think, or would the Nazis
about
side
that.
with the orcs?
Oh boy, no. Based on Nazi culture, the Aryan race is the only race, so they would definitely be
They're
on.
far from that. The orcs are.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
I'm
they would
pretty
totally
sure orcs
annihilate
have
the
like
orcs.
orcs have like brown eyes, or they have different colored eyes.
And they're
Because
orcs.
that's the only thing. The eyes
I
are
mean,
the
you
only
know,
thing.
and the
That...
hair, what? And they don't even have hair, so yeah.
Yeah.
But Wolfenstein's a good game. If it's cheap, I won't pick it up for like 60 obviously anymore. Pick that up, and then the Old Blood is the expansion. I'm gonna start that. I'm gonna play that.
I
Side
don't
by
know
side
all
with
about the
Metal Gear.
weasels though. The weasels and the anti-gravity chocolate. That's the good thing.
About what? About orcs or about Nazis?
Okay.
That's what we have to take away from Nazis?
Maybe I'll have,
Conquer's
maybe I'll have
bad for a
an
day.
episode where I explain Wolfenstein and
Yeah,
get hyped for
person,
the second one. Point is,
anti-gravity chocolate. That's not
Point is, drink
I
another
don't
beer.
even know what he's saying.
Let's drink another beer.
Review this.
Yeah, review your root beer because we already reviewed our beers.
Yes. Give it the
And get South Park. Maybe
4.
get Gran Turismo if you want.
dude. You didn't even finish it.
What?
How could you not finish that?
The Fractured Butthole.
There you go.
This is a 4. It's really watered down.
I know you
and it's
enjoyed
really
that, so I had to
gross.
admit
Thank you.
It smells so bad. I swear to God, I can smell garlic in here. It just like,
Let me try again.
yeah.
Taste it.
Don't taste it.
Taste it. I dare you. I dare you to taste it.
You have to smell it.
I do not smell garlic. Sorry,
I
It's
smell
weird.
garlic, so it makes.
dude.
This has Oh, I didn't even know that.
That
Has
is the
Nerdbuzzed-
one. That is
That's the
the
one.
one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the cup that's. I don't know.
It's been
really-
tainted. It's the oldest cup.
It's not. I don't know. It's really not good. I'd give it a 4. I wouldn't recommend it. I don't want to drink it again.
I think it's okay if you don't like balls in your mouth. I mean, it's also okay if you like balls in your mouth, but that you don't is also okay.
It's acceptable nowadays.
About the cherry one.
I'm just
for
saying,
the
I'm not
next
knocking
episode.
anybody that likes balls in their mouth. Do what you
I have
like
the
to do.
cherry one for next episode, and the episode after that, I'm gonna get the original
Cherry balls?
kind. Yeah.
I
so
love
I'm
that,
just,
actually.
Wow.
I'm subjecting
Right?
myself
Yeah.
to
You
torture.
should have done that the first time.
Are you leaving now? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna finish finally 2 hours later.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess I need something for the cheers, don't I?
Well, you know what? Last episode before this, somebody recommended something, and we totally listened. They were actually on the show. If you'd like to recommend something, please do it. You can go to nerdbuzz.com, where you can watch all of our episodes, listen to them, and get involved with the show. It really means a lot to us. On that note, to
On
all
that
the
note.
nerds,
Through all the fuzz.
bottoms up.
Let's get nerd buzz. Better put your picture up there.
Talking about beer, talking about nerd culture.
See what's gonna move past that
You're
screen this
on
episode.
Nerdbuzzed.
Oh, there it goes. Nice.
Marcus and Jeremiah.
He's clearly got headphones on.
You're on
Yeah.
Nerdbuzzed.
Best
You're
ending
way
ever.
wrong.
We love you, nerds. Stay nerdy.
Let's get nerd buzzed.